Hello everyone and welcome to the final race of the season of the 2021 Hardee's National Series. We're here in the heart of stock car racing, Charlotte, North Carolina, where all three series will duke it out for the final time of the FBRL season. The Hardee's National Series is the only championship where there is an active points battle heading into the finale of the season. That is between Kev Shearer, his first season with CM Racing, doing an absolutely fantastic job, and Bobo Jones for Rodriguez Racing, trying to get his chance at a title. Bobo Jones, driver in second place in the championship, has closed up to Kev Shearer a significant amount in the last few races. Zero car has just had some mixes of bad luck, and the 9 has just had some very intense pace for the last few weeks, being able to close in multiple race lengths worth of points on the number 0 car. Kev has been insanely worried about quote-unquote choking it this year, but he would need to finish pretty much dead last or somewhere in the top 30 and Bobo winning the race in order for Kev to even lose the title. Now, if in a situation of where that were to happen, Bobo Jones would also have to lead the most laps in order to get a tiebreaker, or in order to surpass a tiebreaker, excuse me. But he would automatically win the tiebreaker due to his performance this season. So, I know that's a lot, but the two title contenders are starting right near each other, and they're starting towards the back of the field. There you see the 9 car loading into the picture, the JBL Supra. That team has been so hungry to win races this year and to win this championship as the season's gone on, and as it started to look like a more realistic possibility, the 9 car is ready to take on 80 grueling laps up against the number 0, Kev Shearer, for one final time in the 2021 season. Will Lady Luck show her hand, or will Kev Shearer have the day of his worst nightmares and Bobo Jones take all the glory for himself? We'll take you to the green flag. And here we go. Everybody coming out of turn number 4 to take the green. Roush on pole and Fiegel rounding out the front row, like I said. These guys have been just trying to get wins all season long, but they haven't been anywhere near the position the 0 and the 9 have been all year. But everybody in this field is trying to win the race. Green flag is out, and here we go, racing at Charlotte for the last time in the Hardee's National season. Here we go.
Off into turn 1 they go. Looks like a duck to the inside by the 12. Trying to take position, side by side, battle for, well, all the positions really right now.
It's a bland rush going into turn 3. Tim Fiegel, your leader. Scott Roush diving back into the lead from where he started the race, coming off a 4. Looks like the Indy 500 out here at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
44 of Angel got really sideways off of 4 and got tagged by the 84 of Cole Baker. I don't know if anyone else saw that, but that looked really, really close to a wreck.
My eyes were caught on the 42 of Daniel Day as he threw it down to the inside, as I thought he was either going to get pushed off into the grass or something similar.
Rounding out 3 and 4 here. Seems like the top 4, top 5 is stabilized somewhat, but they're still 3 and 4 wide, way back in the pack. This is not the place to race like that. This thing is actually pretty narrow compared to most other mile and a halves.
Fiegel down the inside for the lead into turn number 2, and he's going to clear Scott Roush. Noah Hart getting real close to the 3 car, and he's going to try to take second place away from him. Hannah Allen, though, trying to make that position all hers. Hart shoves Roush up the racetrack, trying to make the high side work, but Roush loses a ton of spots already.
A lot of jockeying, a lot of moving, a lot of motion for position here. Hannah Allen gets the upper hand there as Tim Fiegel tries to run away with it.
Tim Fiegel looking like he's got good pace already really early in this race, getting by Scott Roush really early. And taking
we got
advantage
contact.
of
Hard into the wall, into the air goes the
goodness.
77.
Diego Yepes with a horror crash into turn number 3. Sean Angel also involved in that. What a massive accident that we just had here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. What in the world was that?
Ambulance rolling out. They're going to check on them here. There may be spectators hurt. We don't know yet.
I don't know. There wasn't any grandstands in that area of the track. There were some campers, but I don't think anybody is there during the race. We will get a replay and show everybody what happened because I'm still trying to process what I just witnessed.
So here they go off into turns 3 and 4 side by side with the 77 and the 44. And the 74 of Jack Halleck tries to make a move to the inside. The clean right there, and then right there 74 makes contact with Yepes. And just what typically would just be a strike into the outside wall throws him into the air. Probably terrifies the people in that tent campground Ferris wheel area right there, and thankfully no one else gets involved. Jeez, oh Pete.
That was such a high rise into the air from just simply hitting the wall and getting thrown. I've never really seen anything like that. I don't know if the front end got caught in a broken part of the safer barrier from how hard he hit the wall. Or
It looked like the splitter dug in and just shot him right up into the air. I think he qualified for his pilot's license there.
Yeah, he definitely went a lot higher into the air than most of the guys in the field have been. That's for sure. And man, what a awful impact for the number 77 at Yepes.
I'll certainly say he figured out how to take off. Landing could use a little bit of work.
I'd say it's about 8 out of 10 on the landing part. Could have landed
I'd still give it a 10. Ground control to Major Tom. Frightening.
We have a camera up in the Ferris wheel to get an exclusive angle of this crash. And watch this nasty impact as the 77 flies up into the air. Pace car pulling off out of turn number 4. Brandon Crasta is going to lead us to the green flag here. The green flag is out. We're going racing once again after that terrifying crash that we just had in turn number 3 and 4.
We had an extended period of caution there to repair the fence of the safer barrier where he dug in, but luckily the track crew didn't take very long on that. Now we're back to racing as Corey Williams there, the lapped car, side by side with Nick Breeding in the 20 for position, holding these guys up.
Driving as if he's on the lead lap, though, with that level of aggression.
Yeah. Speaking of aggression, look at the back of going back towards 6th, 7th, 8th position. They're getting 2 and 3 wide again like they were before. That didn't scare them none, and they're driving much calmer. See their championship contender Bobo Jones down there in the 9 car on the inside of the flip side car of Austin Miller in the 18. Doesn't seem like he can make the pass stick for the moment.
Definitely a dicey position change there in the middle of the pack after we saw what was earlier in the back. Hannah Allen safely makes it by to the inside, though skates it up the racetrack at the moment. Keeps it going pretty clean.
Yeah, she's hanging tough. Cole Baker going to make a move down on Bobo Jones again. As they go into 3, he might make it stick, and he does. Daniel Day's going to come with him, too. Scott Rauscher pole sitters fighting back after seemed to be a terrible start. Diving back down. Hannah Allen regaining position. It's getting real tied up back there off of 2. Bobo kind of tags the wall slightly. He's fine, though. Noah Hart racing the 45 of, I believe it's Bradley Bishop Jr. in the 45. Getting around him, Bobo's going to take the position back, too. Coming off of turn 4. And on to the 13th lap of the race. And also making a move.
Oh, Breeding just washed up the track, getting sent 3 wide by Cal Farrell, and Ooh, Jones almost just got sent down the racetrack. This is a really, really good drive from Bobo coming from way back there. He started near Kev Shearer, honestly, and I'm not sure where Kev is even at in this race right now because he started pretty far back.
I say he's about mid-pack.
Oh, there he is. I just saw him. He's in. Yeah. He's behind Tim Fiegel. I believe he's just with the cars that pitted, and he got some 4 fresh tires and fuel, and he's about to start carving his way through the field. He's already right on the bumper of Bobo Jones, so just him being near Bobo in general would lock him up the championship. As you see, Miller getting tight, Jones getting right up to his quarter panel, trying to gain as many spots as possible. Miller running just outside the top 10, about 12th place. And Kev Shearer is hunting down his title rival, and he's already sending it down the inside. And Kev Shearer, you can't really match his consistency. He's just so good. And Bobo Jones struggling to even be ahead of Kev Shearer, let alone make up a 43-point deficit. So this is going to be a really tough race for Bobo. You can see the 20 and the 24 getting real aggressive with each other. The 20 is just really aggressive out there today. Tonight at least, getting in front of everybody, taking advantage of this hot, gripped up racetrack. And it's kind of stabled out now. Daniel Day up in the lead. He was leading at Pike's Peak, and he blew his engine under caution. And that was a heartbreak for him and the Texan Motorsports team. 42 car trying to get another win before the season's over. These guys just trying to get in good results. After kind of a mixed year, Texan has really needed some good runs. And so far, I mean, they've had good speed, but haven't been able to get the finishes to capitalize on the good speed. So.
Yeah. In the meantime, here, Cole Baker going to the inside of the 74 Pennzoil machine. Jack Halleck going to get the position. Noah Hart's going to follow through. He's going to take the low side, though. He might get and try and hang tough there. Cole has the position for the moment. Hannah Allen making a comeback in the 17 IK9 Toyota. After being slung around mid-pack just a few laps ago, she's coming on pretty strong here. Right on the bumper of Cole Baker. Again, it'll be 2x2, 2 back, 3 back, 4 back, and so on. A lot of battles going on.
Allen seems to really have one of the better short run cars here, as she's made her way up through the pack very easily and already up to 3rd place. These Rodriguez racing cars are always really good on the 1.5 miles, but Hannah just seems to have a better car than her teammate Bobo does, and I bet Bobo wishes that he has the stuff that Hannah had right now, being up there in the top 5. He's struggling back here with Ross Jackson. Kev Shearer just continuing to make more ground on the field, passing Corey Williams around the outside. Turn 2 here. Kev has really gotten the car hooked up right now and just showing what it takes to be a champion, getting up to the front and making moves when you need to. Even on a shorter run, making moves and getting up through the field is hard. Everyone's pushing through the whole entire race, but especially on the short run, it is so difficult to get those positions that you really need. And Kev, he has taken advantage of getting around all those cars.
Ooh, this is tight right here, coming off of 2. Between Tim Fiegel and what looks like the 22.
And crashed to 3 wide, and McKinney going to make it stick and get cleared of the CM cars going into 3 and 4. McKinney doing a fantastic job for the Roush family team. Unfortunately, this team is not returning next season, and they are going to give all their equipment to Sanders Performance Auto Racing. And it's going to be probably a 1 or 2 car operation over there next season. A shame to see the Roush family team go, but that's how things go in the FBRL sometimes with some of these teams.
Noah Hart's gained on the 42 there of Daniel Day. See if he's going to do anything with that run.
Noah Hart, he's got 2 wins on the season, and he's got the most top 5s out of anybody in the field, and he's just been Mr. Consistent. Unfortunately, not as consistent as Kev Shearer, but it's definitely paid off for him in terms of either hitting off a top 5 or just kind of going home with a bad finish. So Noah Hart, he's kind of had some success, but he's not really had some success at the same time. Going for the lead, though, at Charlotte into turn number 1.
He's got it.
Making it stick. Hannah Allen right back there, and the Hydra cars are just keeping touch in the top 5. Battling with each other. I don't think this is a very smart move, but either way, these two are having some amazing runs towards the end of the season and really capitalizing on Ford starting to get their stuff together, it looks like, in the Hardee's National Series.
Speaking of,
is Daniel Day getting a great run at a turn number 4, and he's sending it down the inside of Noah Hart again. And these guys are swapping positions.
Oh, trouble! Hard lick!
Fiegel upside down on the backstretch. Kev Shearer was involved in that, the championship points leader. And the 43 just went for a wild tumble down the back straightaway.
Caution flag's out.
Caution flag is definitely out. That is the second wreck with a flip tonight. And that was a really, really hard crash. We're going to have to get another replay of another crash. And what a violent impact for Tim Fiegel.
All right, so as I come off a 2 here, it looks like the 0 of Kev Shearer slides up at the same time the 43 of Tim Fiegel comes down. And they go down and wallop the wall, the 43 does. Kev hits him really hard in the passenger door, knocks him up into the air and upside down. Rolls over here. Once, going to be twice here. Going to land back on the wheels. It's going to keep sliding down. Going to stop just short of the safer barrier down here. As Kev Shearer drives away with a badly damaged car. See the window net coming down on the 43 there. You can tell he's all right even before the car stops sliding. And a terrible hit for Fiegel and a terrible hit for Kev Shearer as well.
As you're going to see a really, really nasty impact from the 43 right there.
Up and over. Buckled the hood, something fierce.
And after that horrendous wreck, bringing out our most recent caution, pace car is going to head on in. 42's got the lead. Corey Williams still a lap down, or many laps down. Here we go in the restart zone. Green flag is going to wave once more here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Daniel Day pulls off into the lead, trying to get around the 14, but everyone's going to follow the 14 down. Change for the lead.
Jack Halleck takes the lead. Hannah Allen pushing him down the back. They're still fanning out 2-3 wide, as you do on these restarts here. Corey Williams not giving an inch at the least. Hannah Allen still hunting for the lead down on the 74 of Halleck.
Oh, Daniel Day just went into the pits. Out of nowhere.
Could that be a strategy play, or did something go wrong on the 42?
I gotta say something went wrong. I don't think that they're just gonna be pitting from the lead with this much of the race left. This is a very crucial part of the race. And if I'm a crew chief, I am not calling my driver down into the pits, especially at this point in the race, right after a restart. No, I don't think that is a strategy call whatsoever.
In the meantime,
Corey Williams, he's not even on the lead lap, getting dirty with Noah Hart, shoving him up into the high groove. That was really, really close. If anyone caught lick of the 14 putting the 12 nearly in the wall, that was intense. Ross Jackson and the Flying Aces cars up in the top 5. What a run for the number 25. We're just going to go through the field a little bit. Aria Cremona running inside the top 10. Inside of Scott Roush. Roush is going to take the run to the outside to his advantage. And there he goes down the straightaway. Still going to be side by side between the 51 and the 3. Gonna look a little further back. Bobo Jones, the other title contender, trying to make up as many points as possible. He's trying to get up into the lead. I think that would be really the only shot he's got of winning this title. And that's if Kev has any sort of mistake for the rest of the race. Kev really just has to finish not in dead last and he would win the championship. And Bobo would have to win the race in order for Kev to even have a shot of losing it. So,
a little bit of contact.
Patrick Smith and Shea Eves really, really close together at turn number 4.
I don't know how they're holding 3 wide like this for laps at a time.
I'm not sure either. They're just really, really aggressive tonight, and there's a lot of grip on the track, especially since it's a night race, so they're able to just kind of go anywhere and do anything. 45 and 41, Porkins and Bishop trying to get out of the slower traffic here. Same with Cole Baker.
That whole pit stop.
Just having a hard time getting through traffic with each other, but you can go ahead and say what you were going to say real quick.
I was going to say, yeah, the whole pit stop on the 42, him just stopping and pulling in really seemed like it bunched the whole field up. That's what caused that big gaggle for the longest time, and now it's just thinning out.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It definitely was. All of the pack racing was definitely a direct result of the 42 checking up at turn number 4 to get into the pits. Really, just kind of an emergency situation there. You can't really do anything if there was a problem, but if they did call him in for the strategy, that's got to be one of the dumbest strategies I've ever seen in my life, if that's an actual strategy. So I don't think that's what it is, but man, I would want a new crew chief after that if that was my guy calling the shots on the box.
Crew chief Deputy Doofy on the 42 car apparently, but I think it was more of an emergency thing. He might have had a cut tire or something on that restart.
Hannah Allen closing in on the 74, but Corey Williams just sitting in between them, making it impossible for the 17 to really make any inroads on the leader, unless she did get by him down his inside. But Corey, he actually seems faster than Halleck right now, trying to get his lap back. He fell a lap down under pit stops, actually, trying to get something fixed, and the caution's out on the racetrack. Oh, Jake West is stopped on the inside of the racetrack with an issue. And oh, there's smoke in turn number 4. It looks like Cal Farrell's involved. And Ace Wild also might have been involved in that wreck. Teammates, we're going to get you a replay as we reach almost the halfway point of this race. There it is, the halfway mark. And we're going to see what happened to bring out the caution.
Here they go, off into turn 3. Gets a little bit too tight, kind of similar to what we saw earlier with our first wreck. Unfortunately, contact between teammates. And into the outside wall they go. Almost the exact same thing happens, except this time it's just a rollover, thankfully. No car goes up into the catch fence. Still a really, really rough tumble right there.
Good Lord, 3 flips for all 3 cautions we've had so far tonight.
The 2 car right back on his wheels and gets it right into pit road. Reminds me a little bit of another crash that I've seen before, but either way, the 2 car is miraculously still rolling after that. After rolling.
Looked like Joe Nemechek's in Nashville after he rolled his car.
That's exactly what I was thinking of, and the 2 car just, I don't know. He just got kind of squeezed into the wall, and it sent him over, not really in the same fashion as the 77, where it looked like the safer barrier actually broke on the 77's crash, and it fixed it all up during a red flag period and got us back racing. Either way, the 77, though, I think did show that the wall is a little bit soft. So if you get into it and you have a little bit of force, you're gonna get the wheels lifted up off the ground. So the 2 of Cal Farrell having an unfortunate incident, but it looks like he's going to be able to keep it going. Either that or he's going to retire the car. Regardless, a nasty incident for all 3 wrecks here tonight at Charlotte, and we're going to get you back to the green flag.
Anyway, we got Hannah Allen as your leader up here as they go into turn 3. Pace car is getting ready to pull off here in about 10, 15, 20 seconds. Ross Jackson in the number 25 is second. Brandon Cresta, the 8th, third. Noah Hart in the 12. Dairy Queen Toyota, fourth. The 05 is fifth. As you see, there's a few lapped cars on the bottom there. Corey Williams, Jake West, and Daniel Day. Pace car is pulling off the track right now. It's going to be a doozy of a restart here. We'll see what happens with these lapped cars. Will they play nice? And they're off and running for the restart here. Doesn't look like they're playing any kind of nice here. They're driving like they're right up there on the lead lap.
Williams actually looking like he's got more pace than the current leader, getting up in front of her. Williams is actually the top spot on the track, but he's the last car on the lead lap. Hannah Allen making sure that he goes back a lap down, trying to keep her track position. Ross Jackson right up there trying to get to the lead, but he's not going to make it stick. He's going to follow the 17 car of Hannah Allen, just trying to have a good run. Ross Jackson is. Here's Daniel Day. He's stuck a lap down. I was preaching how, I don't know, there was just no thought process behind it if there was a strategy call for him, but it seemed like he was having issues and they have it all fixed. But I really, really hope this wasn't strategy. I'm just reiterating that because that would just be awful.
For sure.
Hannah Allen forming a gap against Ross Jackson. There's some weaker cars holding up the majority of the pack here as Nick Breeding trying to get by. Managing to keep his track position, though. Trying to get up to the 25 and 14.
Four wide.
Three wide. And there goes the 90. Oh, another crash.
Bobo barely gets through that one, but we got a pile up over here in turn 3. Multiple cars. Oh, Kev Shearer flew back into it.
Shearer. I think he just killed his motor. Shearer just piled into... Oh, he's smoking. Kev Shearer, the points leader, is not going to finish the race. This is... I believe this might be his first DNF of the entire season.
You've heard of Shoeless Joe.
This is just an awful day for the Zeros. There he goes. Pit sign down, retired. We're going to get you a replay of everything that happened. What an eventful race so far. They were 4 wide down the back straightaway. It looks like they just kind of all squeezed up into each other and down the racetrack they'd go right there.
You see behind the camper, hard lick, almost goes over again. Then they come flying back up into the path of Jake West and others. Take out the 71 of RJ Bishop with them. Multiple cars get by. Pollard, Jake West actually gets through. But behind them, there's this huge stack of cars flying in. Almost looks like an ARCA wreck. Here comes the 28 car. Hard lick onto the 60.
Julio Caesar just kind of drilled right into Logan Cloud there, and that was unfortunate.
And then here comes Kev Shearer through the smoke and everything. Just trying to slow down, can't slow down, and then boom, right into the tail of the 5 car. Kills the radiator. I
don't think Kev anticipated stopped race cars when it's raced back to the start-finish line. Either way, that was just... He should have been hard on the brakes there. That was really, really clumsy from the Zero car in that situation. And we're going to have to get another replay of what happened with the 14, because we missed that initial spin as well, because that also happened in turn number 4 as this wreck was happening. You can see the wreck in the background there with all the carnage, and these guys were 3 wide and Breeding. This is, I believe, the second wreck he's caused so far today, and he shoved Williams in there.
That's actually right where the safer barrier was repaired, and it seemed to hold up pretty well. As Ross Jackson just keeps pushing along with Corey Williams. He had nowhere to go. In the meantime, I think somebody comes along and nails the 14. We might see it in this shot, but cut to another shot. You'll see, watch that 18 car of Austin Miller back there. Eventually, He'll come in as the 14 is trying to pull into pit road and just clobbers him really hard in the rear.
I don't know why the 14 was trying to pit from the high side of the racetrack. Corey has been in the series for way too long to be doing stuff like that. That was a completely ridiculous wreck, but you can't really do much with a broken car, so I'll cut him a little bit of slack. But every wreck in that situation was pretty ridiculous and could have been avoided by all these drivers. But we're going to get an onboard of some guys who probably could have avoided it and did avoid it. So we'll get you with some onboards real quick. On board
Look
with
at that.
Pollard, man, that was intense.
Oh, and it gets more intense here. Gets through that. Wow.
Pollard going through the AstroTurf to get through the wreck. What a miss from the 23 car.
You've heard of Shoeless Joe Jackson. Check out Hoodless Kev Shearer, one of the people who did not make it through the 2 wrecks that have happened. Crunch. There goes the radiator, and his day is done.
All right, here we go. Pace car is in. 25 on point. Into the restart zone. Green flag is going to wave once more here at Charlotte.
Off into turn number 1, Bradley Bishop gets a whale of a start. So does Nick Breeding, but Hannah Allen following right in behind Breeding's footsteps. They run onto the backstretch. They're splitting that lapped car, Jake West, down the middle, trying to get around him. Not quite working, though. They're going to shuffle him to the high side.
After that wreck, I believe we only have about 30 or so cars left in the race, 29, 30 or so cars left. And it has been an absolute demo derby out here today. And these guys are still racing hard and 3 wide with each other. I can't believe that.
They could have a car fly into the stands and they'd still race just as aggressive.
So, I want to give you guys an update on the championship scenario. So, with Kev finishing 36th, Bobo needs to win this race to win the title. Without leading the most laps today, Bobo would win on a tiebreaker. With leading the most laps, Bobo would only win by 1 point if he wins the race.
Yeah, looks like that's going to be a bit more difficult for him. Check out his hood. It's slightly buckled.
Exactly. He ran into the number 32 of DeBrickshaw Davis on pit road. We didn't get a replay of it, but we did see it happen during the pit stops. And ever since then, obviously, the aero has just been absolutely screwed from what it was before. Bobo Jones complaining of a tight and low horsepower race car right now in the number 9 camp. Just an absolutely devastating way to have damage happen, especially with it not even being during the wrecks. You've avoided every wreck today, and you've kept it in the race in 13th position, but you got damage on pit road, and your day is effectively done. So
Who knew low-speed impact could have high-speed consequences?
there are some people, I believe, who were getting hit with debris, and there were cars flying all next to them that have less damage than Bobo does right now. But he has a great car, so, I mean, he's obviously going to be up in the pack. It's just he's not going to have a race-winning car like he needs and like he had last week. So, I don't know. This championship, I'm pretty sure is Kev's locked and sealed to the end, but anything can happen today. We have seen so many cars go upside down, sideways, into the wall. Just all sorts of chaos going on today. I wouldn't be surprised if something else happened tonight as well. Oh, 3 wide. Porkins sending it down the inside, making the 17 at Allen get really tight. Cole Baker taking advantage of that too, moving his way up into, I believe that's going to be 3rd place right there. Showing why he is going to be in the Cup Series next year. Positive momentum is always a good thing, and the 84 Cole Baker is starting to have that towards the end of the season. He's had a pretty mediocre year, but towards the end, Ford and himself has seeming like it's starting to turn up. As speaking of Ford, Ryan Reed in the number 24 Motul Ford almost going 4 wide there with the 8, 20, and 45. He's going to clear him though, and man, this 24 team, it seems like they have had so much speed towards the end of the season. And Texan Motorsports, after that Memphis win, it seems like they have just put a package together that works for them and have had a great end of the year, I guess I'd say. I don't know if Memphis was really the end of the year, but the last half of the year has been really good for Texan Motorsports. And they're looking forward to keeping that streak up, actually, for that team going into next year.
We've had a change for the lead in the meantime. Jack Porkins in the number 41 Chevy takes the lead over Cole Baker in the number 84 Taco Bell Ford. In the meantime, Scott Roush has recovered nicely from his pole starting spot after falling back for quite a while, getting back up there in the 3rd position.
And it looks like Porkins is going to have a shot to win 2 weeks in a row, but I don't know if he's going to get it today. It looks like the 84 has just been really, really, really quick in the shorter runs at 1.5 miles just in every race so far. And the 84 is running down the 41. I don't know if he's going to have much of a chance to keep him behind, because Jack is really the type of guy who's going to be really good in a short run, but can't really make it last in the longer run. So I'm not sure if Jack's going to be keeping the lead here for too much longer, but he's still got a shot at keeping it and winning this race with about 20 laps to go here.
It's nice to see that the field's actually kind of calmed itself down after the series of cautions that we've had as of late. Still a little bit of occasional 2 and 3 wide racing, but for the most part, we got a car blowing up on the bottom of the track there. It looks like RJ Bishop, 71.
Yeah, Bishop.
Looks like he's going to
blown up and off the racetrack. Not going to bring out a caution. We're going to keep racing here. And they are still in a single file line from 1st all the way on back to 6th, 7th position. As 22 and the 24 are going to make a change to that, actually. Going down the inside of Scott Roush. Ryan Reed up to 3rd place. What a run Ryan Reed is having today in the number 24 for Texan. Like I said, it seems like they just got a package together that works for them. And Jack Halleck has also got the same exact thing over at Hydra. Hydra is having a whale of a day today. Edward Ziemba was running up in the top 10. Cole Baker's in 2nd. Jack Halleck is in 4th. What a day for the Hydra guys. I believe Shade Eves might have been caught up in the last incident or an incident before that. Either way, a great run for at least 2 of the 4 Hydra cars.
Here comes the 74 back up, trying to get 3rd away from Ryan Reed. Looks like he's just going to try and keep building the run there. Maybe make a move on the backstretch, or at least try to. So he set him up right there, right now. Going to make a move on the inside, try to get that air away from the left rear spoiler. He's going to get side by side with him. He's going to zip on by into 3rd. Look at that. Perfect pass.
Halleck trying to close down on Porkins. Trying to get his first win of the season. Justin Johnson, he's going to sit right in the middle of the racing line of where the 41's going to be at, and he's going to have to go down the inside of turn number 4, compromise his exit, and Jack Halleck getting real close to number 41, trying to get his first win of the year. Halleck trying to get down to the inside of the 41. He's not going to be able to stick it. 17 and number 12 having difficulties back there in turns number 1 and 2.
Here comes the 45, trying to make it 3 wide on the 84. And another car. If they come off a turn, it's 3 and 4. Porkins going to hold the lead for the moment.
Halleck is so good in 3 and 4, and his exit is just so much better. He's going to go down the inside in turns number 1 and 2. Roll in the center. The 41's going to get a better run on the high side, but the 74 making it stick down the back straightaway.
Just by a nose, 41's going to let him go.
Wow, the number 12 sent it in so deep into the corner. He's already past Porkins, and he's trying to get by Jack Halleck with just a few laps to go. Jack Porkins, he's going to get another run down the inside, going down the inside of the number 12 and Noah Hart. Hannah Allen getting real close to these two going double file to turn number 2.
I tell you what, it almost looked like a bump and run there. Not going to quite make it stick. There goes the 41. Finally going to make... Oh, no! Look at that. 12's going to run on the outside. Still going to stick. Woo! That was close almost contact there. Coming to 7 laps to go. 74 is running away with it in the meantime.
All of this is just letting the 74 run away with the track position, and the number 41 is trying to stay ahead of the number 12 and 17, but it's not going to work. The 17 just has so much more horsepower out of the corners. 74 trying to keep the lead, but there's more lap traffic ahead.
That looks to be the 90 of Blaze McKinney and the 25 of Ross Jackson, both involved in previous wrecks. 74's got to pick them off like they're standing still. They're going to be courteous enough somewhat to give some room. In the meantime, Hannah Allen is recycled back to second position with Noah Hart right on her tail. Looks like that draft's going to get him right up to that 74, just maybe. Ooh, and that's going to be close.
Hart just stole the position back from Allen after working with her. He tried to close up the gap. And
we got trouble.
Allen spun around and
hardly.
She's going to spin in front of the 45, and everyone else is piling in on the front straightaway. Will Goss involved. Joseph Srigley involved. Bishop Cross
another
involved.
car just got hit.
And I just saw Patrick Smith get manhandled. I don't know if he ran into the number 22 or what, but
I think he's going to have to get out of that thing. I'm starting to see fire under the hood. There's a violent pile up there on the front straightaway.
What a big crash. A lot of big impacts on the front stretch. And there was about 5 laps to go. We're going to have a quick 3-lap dash to get the track cleaned up, but that was a massive incident towards the end of the race.
All right, we got a replay of the second big one of the night here, it seems like. 12 gets around the 17 of Hannah Allen. Jack Pork is going to make a move to her inside. Doesn't look like it's going to stick. You see him sliding up the track there. Keeps sliding. Doesn't let out of the gas. Just hooks her right in the left rear. Spins her out. She tries to lock it down and save the car. She does a pretty good job of keeping it off of everything else until the 45 of Bradley Bishop comes in and wallops her with nowhere to go right in the rear end. Joseph Shrigley gets a piece of it. The 8 of Brandon Crasty gets a huge piece of it. Just when you think the wreck's over, there's going to be a couple other cars come flying in through here. See one get by, and then Will Goss comes in with nowhere to go, flies into the 17, almost knocks her upside down. He goes flying into the infield. Bishop gets hit pretty hard as well. Got a bunch of cars trying to pump through. And in the meantime, 29 here, Patrick Smith, trying to weave through. Gets through the first half. You see that 22 right there. Just barely clips the nose, takes the radiator out of the 22, takes his radiator out, blows the car all to pieces. See fire. Just a little bit of fire in the cockpit. Then 29, just barely gets nipped there by another car. I can't pick up the number on it, but
so the 23 of Pollard, his teammate.
Looks to be just a tiny little tap. Not much damage on Pollard's car, but the 29 is just killed. On board with the 22 of Joseph Shrigley. Just barely gets spun through the wreck there. You think he's going to avoid damage for the most part here, and then smack.
Here we go. 3 laps to go. 74 has definitely had an eventful night, but he sits on the top position. He's got 3 laps to hold off a pack of hungry drivers behind him. Last 3 laps of the season. Let's see who can get it done. Green flag flies once more. Pennzoil 74 out in front, hoping to hold on for 3 more laps.
Diving into turn number 1 here. Jack Pork is going to get the position, or try to, on Noah Hart there. That's just going to let the 74 drive away. Cole Baker's trying to tuck in with that 12. Get that run off the high side. It's going to be a tight battle here for the position. 2 through 4, that is. Cole Baker's going to slide through. Coming 2 laps to go. Daniel Day back on pit road again in the 42.
I believe Ace Wild that was back there also just missed the pit lane. That was really, really strange, and I think the 42 might have had one more issue, but 2 laps to go on the season. Will the 41 have any time to get down to the 74? They're trying to get their first race win of the entire season.
We're getting ready to come around to the white flag. We're going to have a mile and a half to find out who's going to win this thing. White flag is out. Final lap here at Charlotte. Final lap of the season. 74 car Jack Halleck. Still your leader, obviously, as the 41 of Jack Porkins seems to be gaining slightly. Cole Baker and Noah Hart having a dogfight for 3rd position down the back straightaway. Nick Breeding up there in 5th position. Too far back to mount a challenge. 74 is going to come out at turns 3 and 4 here. Jack Porkins, will he have enough? He will not. Coming down to the checkered flag, Jack Halleck is your winner of the final race of the Hardee season.
What a race that we just witnessed here today. And you can see on the results, and you can see right there, Kev Shearer is the 2021 Hardee's National Series champion. Bobo Jones' effort in 9th place was not enough to win the race. Kev Shearer only won by a small margin compared to what he had before. But he had been so consistent that he only needed 1 win to secure the title. It came all the way down to the last race, and it came all the way down to the wire, but the number 9 ended up getting damaged and some bad luck. Both title contenders having bad luck made it a much more exciting finale to watch than probably both of the other finales we're going to see this weekend. Either way, I have had fun this season. These guys have duked it out and had a season-long battle. I'm glad that I've had my co-commentators with me in some of the races this year, and DJ has done an amazing job with this series in the first half of this season, and it came down to such an exciting finish. None of this could have been possible without any of you guys, and I hope you guys have enjoyed the season, or have been enjoying the season, excuse me, and I couldn't be any happier to be running a series. So these guys put on a show. I'm just here to commentate it, and thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in 2022, and let's have a great off season. Hope you guys have a great night. Catch you next time.